Hi all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we'll see how to write our first program, that is Hello World in Excel VBA. Now let me open Excel Developer tab. So this is Excel Developer tab basically. Now as you can see, we are under the module. We are actually writing this program under a module itself. Okay, public sub, it is a sub procedure that we are writing. Okay. So you might be seeing public this keyword for the first time. So in Excel VBA, if you see, we basically have public and private as two different keywords. So how one is different from the other in Excel VBA? So when you use this public for a sub procedure or a function, what does that mean? It means basically this particular sub procedure can, if I'm writing public for this particular procedure or a function, that means the same function I can use in n number of module that I'm gonna create. So down the line, if there is, you have a requirement where you have actually dependency on this function, so in this particular case you can call that function from here itself. Okay, so that's the basically usage of public keyword. So however, in case of private, you can't actually call this test function from a different module. It has to be from a same module itself. So that's the main difference between public and private. So you might see private and public these keywords quite often when we deal with function or sub procedure down the line. So yeah, now we are actually, so what's the name of the function sub procedure? It's a test. So under test, in Excel VBA, if you want to print any message, there is a built-in function for that, that is MSG box. So here, what we are just gonna do, we're gonna print hello world, and this is a case sensitive. Okay, so whatever you are gonna write, it will be print in that specific format itself. So now we have written this particular one line block statement in this sub procedure. Now we are just gonna do. So as you can see, just below the menu bar, we have this bar as well. Here you can see this run sub or user form, and we have reset and break button as well. So I'm just gonna run this particular function. So so whenever you want to run any particular function, okay, you have to be put your cursor well within that particular function itself. Otherwise, it may or may not run. So in a case of you have multiple functions, in that case as well, it it becomes quite important where your cursor is. So if you want to actually print this particular message which is within this test procedure, we are actually gonna use it. So I'm within this particular sub procedure. Now I'm just going to run it. Yeah, hello world. Now when it comes to as you can see, this message is just like an informatic message. Now in case if you want this message to be print as an error, there are different types of messaging format types we have in Excel VBA, as you can see. So what I basically did, I just have put the comma, and it is asking for the, as you can see, the syntax as well for the MSG box. After this particular prompt is nothing but hello world, and button s. So what is a particular button type for me? So when I don't provide anything, it will be by default one. Okay, if I want to actually print this message as an error, I'll actually go for VB critical. Let me select that one. Now again I'm gonna run. As you can see, it is coming with this cross symbol. So this is like, so there are different permutation combinations we have. There is one more type where you want a pop-up with option like where user want to be clicked on options such as OK or cancel, yes, no, or cancel. So in that particular case, we can see. I'm just going to show one of such. Okay, there are others also. You can try on your own, but I'll just show you one. Okay, so I selected this one. We'll just see. Yeah, see. Okay. Now, in case if you have a requirement where there is a message to be printed, and after that you want some sort of activity to be done on the basis of what button the user has selected. In that particular case, how to handle such particular case? So in that particular case, whatever the output of this particular MXG box, you have to store it in a variable. Suppose I created a variable with name message. Okay, now I'm just gonna save it. So when you actually save, as you can see, I have been thrown with an error. When you just wanted to print a message, you can't, even if you don't provide the open and closing brackets for the message, that's okay. But when you actually you write this message as a on a right hand side and save it to a message, in that particular case it becomes mandatory to provide the opening and closing bracket. So as you can see, now the error has gone. So what does this means? The output of this one will be stored, so along with what particular action that user gonna select. So here message will be with this one the message will be print. At the same time the you'll be having yes no cancel. So on the basis of what user has actually selected, that value, whether it's a yes no or cancel, will be stored in message. Now let's see what happens. Okay, so now this particular value has gone. Now we'll just see how to see whether I select which particular button I have selected and whether it's going into a proper block or not. We'll just see. So to check that one, this is how you can do message equal to VB yes. There. So here I'm gonna do message yes is selected, else. So what are the else condition I have? I have similar sort of one where I'll just check for VB no as well. Then MHG box. Now else. So else condition here is quite straightforward. This is like a nested if. This type of if else condition writing is called as nested if else block. You can go ahead with multiple if else statement as well, if statement as well. It is more or less the same. Now we'll just run the code. Yes, hello world. Yes, as you can see, yes is selected, so it is working fine. Now we'll see for no and cancel as well. I selected no, no is selected. We'll just see for the cancel it. So this is out. So what we basically have learned how to write if user want to print something, he can certainly do it with MSG box in Excel VBA. At the same time, what are the different types of messages we have in Excel VBA? If you don't provide this option, it will be by informatic message. If you want with a yes, no, or okay, cancel, even that option we have. And at the same time, if you want to perform any sort of action based on what button that user has clicked, even that can be done with this sort of if if statement. So as I told you, right, so then the same thing can be written with multiple if statement as well. So this is how it can be done. And if if so, in this particular case, we have to write for VB cancel. That's the only thing what we have to do. It doesn't matter whether you put message here, on a left hand side or right hand side. The ultimately it's the same thing. So again, if I run this one, it should behave in the same manner. Hello world, yes, yes is selected. Yes, if I click on no, no is selected. Cancel, cancel is selected. Nice. So that's it, guys. Hope you liked it. Do subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share across. Thank you.